Valentine's Day is getting closer and closer, and a lot of t-shirts have already started selling within this niche. And to help you out in this video, I'm going to share 6 different t-shirt design ideas that you can create for Valentine's Day to hopefully get some more sales. Design idea number 1 is a very simple one that anyone can execute, and it's blank is my Valentine. You could insert anything at the start that people like, whether it is food, animals, hobbies. Think outside the box. The more creative the better, probably, because putting pizza as my Valentine is probably already very oversaturated. I have listed it here as an example, but these examples are just for inspiration. I don't mean just copy these designs and you're going to get sales. One that I also like is this one that says, "Forget it, girls. Gaming is my Valentine." So again, a nice spin on the sentence, and you can also do "forget it, boys" instead, and then put some hobbies or animals that girls would be really into. Basketball is my Valentine. Also notice the heart shape right here in the sort of style of a basketball. That's definitely a very cool idea. We've got my English Mastiff, if that's the right pronunciation. So you could do different dog breeds as well, rather than just saying "my dog is my Valentine." Go into specific sub niches of dogs to lower your competition and increase the likelihood of getting sales. And it doesn't even have to be graphics, as you can see with the last design. This one says "True Crime is my Valentine." It doesn't have any graphics, just red colors and some stars around it, and it still looks really nice, a really cool design. So if you're not much of a graphic designer or you don't have access to pre-made graphics, you can still do text-based designs and enter this sort of Valentine's Day sub niche of blank is my Valentine. Moving on to the second design idea, here we've got a very simple one that you could create a lot of designs with very quickly, and it's essentially adding heart glasses or heart sunglasses on top of animals. I could see it working with certain types of fruit as well, maybe. Essentially, what you need is just a graphic of heart-shaped sunglasses. I'm going to leave a link in the description to a graphic or a graphic bundle like this, so you can quickly access it. And then if you have some pre-existing designs with animals in them, literally just add the sunglasses, maybe a few hats around them, and you're good to go. You've got a Valentine's Day themed design, and these do sell really well. People really love their animals, and especially if they don't have a partner, they might, well, be more prone to having a shirt like this, because then their animal is kind of their Valentine, right? So really cool design ideas right here. Don't just think about animals, also think about more creative ways of approaching niches that you wouldn't expect to be wearing sunglasses, but could still be Valentine's Day themed. And I hope this little easy design idea is going to get you some sales for Valentine's Day. Moving on, we've got V is for Valentine, and in this popular design style, Valentine is actually crossed out and replaced with a different word starting with V. And the top sellers in this sort of category are usually to do with video games, but there's also different ideas. I do sort of suggest thinking outside the box here. So vodka is another example. Anything starting with V that people might like around Valentine's Day. Here, I saved this one as an example of what not to do, because the graphics right here, or the gaming console, looks really close to the Nintendo Switch, which is essentially infringing on Nintendo's intellectual property. So I wouldn't recommend doing this sort of design. Here we've got a dinosaur instead. That's a great idea. So you could look for animals that start with V as well, rather than just food and hobbies. Here we've got volleyball. I'm pretty sure I've made a volleyball Valentine's Day design like that before and gotten sales. Valentine vaccinated. Now, I wouldn't recommend selling vaccinated shirts on merch for Amazon, but it is just another idea, once again, of how to spin this phrase in a unique way, right? There is other options than just the obvious video games, vodka. And at the end, you can see another design variation where it's literally just a heart at the bottom with vodka in it, which I thought is very simple, very easy to create, but it can still work. You don't need to use a lot of detailed graphics. You can stay simple, use some nice fonts, use a heart in your graphic, and you might get some sales for Valentine's Day. So I hope you like this idea. I hope you can find some cool words with V that have less competition and have fun designing. Next up, we've got design idea number 4. This one is one I noticed among top sellers, saying "I steal hearts," and it's typically seen with dinosaurs in it, but you can apply this to lots of different niches. So we've got a raccoon, we've got an axolotl, we've got a sloth right here, which is pretty cool. Then this truck aimed at boys, probably, most likely. A pirate, once again, probably kids themed design right there. Really cool idea. And over here on the left, I thought this was a good spin or a good cross niche example for this Valentine's Day sub niche, because they've crossed this design style with pride or LGBTQ. So that's another way you have to think about this. Rather than just approaching different niches like animals or different hobbies, you can also cross niche it with another popular topic, and that way target a more specific audience. So really good thinking outside the box right here, and I hope this inspires you to create some designs with this sentence. It's definitely one that can get a lot of sales. A lot of these sort of ice steel hearts designs with dinosaurs are already selling well, and I'm pretty sure if you come up with some unique ideas, you can pick up some sales right here as well for Valentine's Day. Design idea number 5 is couples matching outfits. These always do really well for lots of different holidays. The best example, or the coolest example, is probably this one right here, where they've just literally cut a heart in half, and if the people stand next to each other, that would look really cool. Now, that is extremely simple to create, and probably a lot of people have already done that, but you could also have some of these variations right here, where it says "she is mine" with a pointing finger or a pointing arrow. I love him. You could do "I love her." That's the opposite side for that. I do like the puzzle piece idea as well, and you could maybe also take this design a step further and make it essentially a bit like the heart idea right here. So you could have one puzzle piece on the left side and another one on the right side, and they would then match up if the people stand next to each other. So just another idea right there of how to take this further. Couples matching outfits often do really well for Christmas, Halloween, all these sorts of occasions. So they're also going to do well for Valentine's Day, and I hope these ideas give you some inspiration to create a few of your own. So for this last idea, I've zoomed in a bit so we can see a bit better what's going on. This is essentially the heart design idea, where you could fill the shape of a heart with any object that you want to make a really creative and unique design. And first of all, we've got tools right here. A lot of them are related to painting, I believe. So this could be a great design for a painter. So you could target different job titles, use a lot of tools or machines that these job titles work with, and place them into the shape of a heart. I realize that's going to take a little bit longer and a bit more design skill to get right. But if you manage to make a nice design in a job niche, you're probably not going to have much competition compared to like a basic text-based design. Right here we've got flamingos, so you could do it with animals. This one looks like knitting, so different hobbies are definitely worth considering. It's not knitting, is it sewing? I don't have a clue. I see sewing machines, so that's probably it. Fashion, we've got narwhals right here, I think that's what they're called. Really cool design. It's sort of a kawaii style as well. And scrolling down, some more ideas. We've got otters on a asphalt t-shirt background, which looks really cool, very suitable for the otters. And I did like this example with different rabbits and their names. That is a step further and very, very unique indeed. So tons of rabbits in here, and the sort of associated name with that breed of rabbit is right underneath. So if you have that design for other types of animals as well, then I'm pretty sure you could make a lot of sales with something like that, because it's very detailed, very intricate, and very unique, creative. Then the last design that I saved as well is just text-based. So the shape of a heart filled with a lot of text. We've got volleyball in the middle in big, and then a lot of words that are associated with volleyball, like serving, rotation, foul, dink. So this is definitely a cool way to design for this Valentine's Day niche as well. It's very creative and can get a lot of sales. So really cool ideas here. I hope they give you some good inspiration, and I hope you can get some sales with these heart-themed t-shirt designs. If you want to get more sales with your print-on-demand business, then watching this video is definitely going to help you out, because I share 5 different things that successful print-on-demand sellers do.